Let's see. There we go. Alrighty, y'all, for this tech day. So yesterday I asked for any kind of ideas for this tech day, and if I didn't get any, I would do a tech day on um, Linux running on the Chromebook, and I didn't see any ideas. Of course, it doesn't mean well, it doesn't mean no one posted any, but so um, it's rather useful. So on the Chromebook, you have the Chrome browser, which already allows you to use stuff like Gmail, Google Docs, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Mastodon. Even got Element working in the Chrome browser. Um, but there are also Android apps that work on the Chromebook. You can use any kind of mobile Android app that's in the mostly known for its command line nature, but there are uh, a good many apps that are graphical. Unfortunately, the Chromevox screen reader does not work with any graphical program besides the terminal. But um, if you have uh, video games or audio games that run in Wine or stuff like that, those work on the Chromebook through Linux. So I'll show a few different things on that. So this is the Chromebook. It's the one I've been carrying around for a few weeks now. Um, and it's honestly become almost my main computer. It's uh, really good. So let's get this thing open. There we go. Now I'm going to open. Let's see. Let's get this page going. Okay. All right. So this is a program called Emacs, and those that are really good with Linux stuff might know about it. It is a graphical program right now, but it uses a program called Emacs Speak to make it accessible to blind people. You can read books in it. You can write stuff. You can create programs. You can even browse a little bit of the web and do email and stuff like that. So that is one example of actually a graphical app that is accessible, not because of Chromevox, but because it speaks by itself. That is, it is self-voicing. So, um, other programs that work pretty well are audio games. I've talked about those a few times in the past, and they mostly run well on Windows. But a very smart person has created the audio game manager for Linux, which basically allows a program called Wine, which is a Windows uh, emulation system to run these games on Linux. So it's an entire little manager for, I'd say, about 100 games by now, all that come from Windows, but are now running on Linux and thus a Chromebook through Linux. Um, my next step is to try to make a Windows virtual machine so that I can run Windows on top of Linux on the Chromebook, because I just can't settle with you know what the hardware originally gives me. So that's it for this tech day. Does anybody have any questions?
So Devin, does TalkBack speak any of the Android apps?
Nope. And that's simply because Chromevox speaks in the Android apps now. It uses full-on Chromevox instead of TalkBack like it used to. So that's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat.
Oh yeah. The touch screen works really well with Chromevox also in Android apps. And you can also use the keyboard and all that stuff. If the Android app has keyboard commands, you can use those. It's really good. Especially if you have apps like Podcast Addict that syncs across the Chromebook and the Android phone and all that stuff. That really, makes the ecosystem feel even better than Mac and iPhone to me. Plus, you get notifications from your phone, messages from your phone. You can't do calls from your Chromebook yet, but they're supposedly working on that. So it's really, I mean, it's a real contender to what Apple's got going on, and it's so good. My phone died one day, and it took hours for me to realize it because I'd been on the Chromebook all that time. So I mean, it's really it's surprisingly good.
How much does it usually run as far as price?
So you can get a Chromebook for about as low as $160, but I wouldn't get the lowest, the cheapest one. I would go with one at least 250. I would go for 300, 400 if you can, manage it. But even for a lower spec device, they've done a lot with just an ARM chip and a 32 gigs of storage and 4 gigs of RAM. I mean, it's mainly because of Google Drive and cloud storage, but it's really good. All right. Any other questions?
I guess that's it, Devin.
All righty, y'all. If there's nothing, am I me? Okay, good. If there's nothing else, we'll conclude the meeting, and we'll see y'all next week. And y'all have a good rest of y'all's week and a good weekend.
All right, Mr. Devin, y'all do the same, and y'all have a blessed holiday if I don't speak to y'all anytime soon. All right.
You too.
You too, Miss Mary, but I hope you stay in touch.
I sure
have a
will,
good one.
sir. I'll jump
Me
in.
too.
I'll jump into a meeting here or there. All right. Y'all have a blessed one now, and everybody be safe.
You too.
Same to you.
Take care.